Welcome to Wellness Tea Time with Dr. Rita. My name is Dr. Rita Sonko, a public health physician. I am the host of this show, and I aim to help you engage with different guests to understand more about mental health. Remember, Toli Weka, you're not alone. It's very important for us to break the stigma and break the silence about mental health. Welcome to Wellness Tea Time with Dr. Rita. This is a special episode. We are hosted here by Bishop Michael Kyazze at Omega International Ministries. And we are accompanied by his team as well. They will briefly introduce themselves and then we'll dive into our conversation. Bishop?
Thank you, Rita, Dr. Rita. Hi, viewers. My name is Pastor Michael David Kyazze. I'm the senior pastor of Omega Healing Center and the general overseer of the Confederation of Pentecostal and Evangelical Churches in Uganda.
We'll pass on the mic. Yes.
My name is Jurvass Simbwa. I steward the Omega Family and Marriage Department here at Omega Healing Center.
Awesome. Wonderful.
I'm Bethuel Ssebyala. I also work here as one of the associate pastors at Omega Healing Center. I also work with an initiative called Boy Child Initiative.
Wonderful. So, Bishop,
Yep.
Your efforts to initiate COPE, an institution that is really very well positioned to support the clergy,
Yes.
to not only understand more about mental health, but to also help themselves in that space of what we would call healing the healer,
Yes.
of their own mental health while they are supporting their congregation. What are you finding as the commonest issues that the clergy are facing that is probably impacting their mental health?
Well, how can I put this in? First and foremost, I think we are the front line or the first line of receiving most of the community challenges. People who come to us come with a huge spectrum of mental challenges.
Yeah.
Ranging from drug abuse, depressions, anxieties, fears. That's anxieties actually. We have personality disorders.
Yeah.
We have things sometimes which are manifesting demonically. We are confronted by domestic unrest, upbringing, which has led to personality disorders. So we are confronted by a huge spectrum of mental challenges.
Yeah.
And interacting with people going through this, it kind of rubs on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we end up equally depressed.
Yeah, you're taking on too much. Yeah, they are offloading on you and you're taking that.
Yeah, and we kind of been given a tendency of being supermen, superwomen. Do not weep, do not cry, do not show any weakness. But you see a standing structure which has become too hollow and ready to cave in. So really, Rita, we are on the receiving end. And I think through COPE, we try to say, hey, Superman, you need to remember that you are a man before you are super.
You're human.
You're human, and you need to tend to yourself.
Yeah.
You need to open up, need to be vulnerable sometimes, and be open to receive help.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a very important point. I think today we hear that the statistics of divorce are very high, right?
Oh, yes.
Unfortunately. And
yes.
With that kind of situation, I can imagine, Pastor Simbwa, with that situation, you're trying to do this premarital counseling, postmarital counseling, supporting in that situation, but the problems are
knocking on the door.
Divorce is knocking on that door. How do you handle that now? as a pastor who is dealing with so many people, so much going on in families. And of course, you're trying to prevent a lot of these challenges. But now you're on the receiving end of people knocking on your doors. Biganye, tukoze tutya. Kakati gwe neweesanga nga, do you sometimes maybe feel like, am I even winning? How do I handle this situation? So how do you, what's the word? Convince yourself, motivate yourself to carry on despite the challenges? And what kind of support would be helpful in that situation?
Thank you so much, Dr. Rita. Well, like Bishop said earlier, we're on the receiving end. And it's also important to know that we can only do what we can do.
Yes, absolutely.
And we leave the rest to God. And it's also important to know that before even we are pastors, we are human.
You're human first. Absolutely.
We are human. So we work it in a way that take some time off, rest.
Very important.
Because you need rejuvenation. You need strength back. You know, you cannot be superwoman or superman. It's important for you to know that you need to rest. You need to step back.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you will be hit and you will fall, and yet you are the commander in chief.
People need you. We need you. You can't fall apart.
Yes. And also, it's in the minds of many.
Yeah.
But it's not true. We have thriving marriages.
Yeah.
They are there, but they are not spoken about. So we cannot rely on the statistics that only goes out, but we also need to understand that we have families that have marriages that are thriving. So we have hope through prayer. We have hope that there are marriages that are working.
Yeah.
But we also endeavor to discipline ourselves. Someone said that with discipline, 80% of your troubles are sorted.
Yeah.
So you discipline yourself in the way you eat, in the way you sleep, and also rest. Step back so that when you come back, you are able to handle and not be overwhelmed.
And help other people.
Exactly.
Yeah, indeed, there is a tendency to only hear the bad news. So when you watch TV, good news doesn't make news, So we need to pay attention and actually leverage those good examples and say, but if someone else can do it, surely there is a way. Yeah. So Pastor Ssebyala, I know that you've been talking about the Boy Child Initiative.
Yes, Doctor.
And it's so critical at this stage because we know that a lot of issues that are happening are partly because fathers are absent. Fathers tend to abandon the sheep, when they can't handle it. How do you deal with that in terms of trying to groom young men to understand that they cannot abandon the sheep when it gets tough? How do we deal with that?
Yeah, first of all, we need to acknowledge that there is a challenge. It all starts with acknowledgement. The more we tend to think that everything is okay, the more we make things worse. So we sensitize. We go on sensitizing that, friends, something is wrong.
Yeah.
And
things are not good as
things,
we would want
yes, and then we give them examples. And then after acknowledging through sensitization, then we do one-on-one approach of counseling. And we encourage, in this setting of the church, we encourage men of value and character. Not to keep it for themselves. They need to know that their mothers midst us who are hustling with the children, and those children need a male voice.
That was foster fathering.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And without the participation of these men, then those boys are going to grow up with that virtue. And then they may become very toxic husbands to someone's daughter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
In fact, if you don't foster father, it might be your daughter.
Exactly. Exactly.
Falls in the hands of this wrong man.
Yes. So that's what we keep on doing.
Yeah. So we are really saying we need, as a society, to figure out.
Nazikuno, I don't know, how do we say that in English?
Olugero lugamba lutya?
Nga omwana takuzibwa omu. I think there is even an English saying that it's about parenting. We parent as a community.
Yeah.
And I think it's the high time we envision where community dwellers can sit every holiday and discuss about parenting in that given community. We are advocating for that.
Yeah. So
because
community fena twegatewamu tugambe nti bannange.
Yes.
Abaana baffe tukoze tutya.
Exactly.
Bali batya.
Because those who terrorize our communities, probably they are coming from a neighboring community.
Yeah.
And because they are not well nurtured in there, and ours are also learning from them.
So they also go and terrorize another community.
They also go and terrorize another community.
Yeah.
So we encourage churches, because for us as pastors, we are the salt of the world.
Absolutely.
Now, our being the salt and the light, we need not to distance away from the local leaders. They meet in my community. When community meetings happen, I go and voice out.
Yeah.
I tell them, guys, you talk about insecurity in the community, but don't you think that the insecurity is being caused by some boys who are, men were boys yesteryears.
Yeah.
And now they are men and they are causing chaos in our community. We better start nurturing those who are young and nurture them well, to eliminate such happenings.
Absolutely.
Yes. So as the church and as an initiative, we need to go and preserve, because the salt is meant to preserve.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the only way it can do that is through being applied where it's meant to be applied.
Absolutely. So for the clergy not to remain only in the church,
exactly,
but to do that community
exactly.
outreach. And I think, Pastor, with Bishop, with your initiative in COPE, is also really trying to do that outreach. Instead of waiting for the clergy to be sick, falling apart, you're trying to mitigate that and saying we are bringing support to our clergy wherever they are, so that they can also do a better job in the outreach to their communities. What would be your wish list for that? What are the things that you would need to happen for this initiative to actually thrive and succeed?
That's a big one again.
I know.
But originally, as Pastor Bethuel has said, there has to be an awareness that we are in this together.
Absolutely.
And then after being in it together, where do we begin? Again, as we already have agreed, we begin with family. After family, we grow into church.
Yeah.
After church, we go to the community and we start saying, okay, these days we are in estates. Is our estate producing better children compared to the neighboring estate? Is our flat doing better than the other flats? So I think collectively, group form, I would wish that we organize from the most simplest unit family to other immediate units which form our communities to address the community challenge.
Yeah. I think that's an important point, because whenever we think that, I think in Uganda and many other countries around the world, especially Africa, we've been used with this donor funding, big donor, sente nyingi, naye kati sente teziriiwo. So tukoze tutya okulaba nti nno kyetusobola okukola tusobola okukikola. So like you're saying, if we begin at a family level, at a church level, and then community level, we can do much more.
Actually, we are more preventive then. Because tunoga eddagala nga n'ekiwundu tekinnabaawo. Nga bw'agambye pastor, ogenda mu community n'ogamba banne tutudde twogera ku nzizi, twogera ku ki. Naye abaana baffe bali batya. Ye bituleetera obuzibu si baana betutaalabirira yesterday. Tukole tutya nga community. Kuno omugigi ogugolokoka omupya gusange nga tulina kye tuguwadde okusobola okuwonya obuddako.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think in a nutshell what we are saying is caring for the carer or healer. Healing the healer is a fundamental starting point. Okubanti we can succeed in making sure that our communities can heal. But we must also very much think about prevention rather than cure. Mpocho okulinda bali ba 20% be batugamba abeetaaga eddwaliro tufokasinge tuteeke nnyo essira ku kinaana kino the 80% okuba nti no baba bulungi. Kati as we conclude, what are your thoughts? Tuyinza kupartneringa tutya toli weka, njagala buli omu mpeyo eddakiika emu egamba nti toli weka oyinza kutuyamba bwoti, tuyinza kukolagana bwe tuti mu department yo ey'obufumbo tukolaganye tutya, then Owabwe initiative naye tumuwulize, then pastor concluding.
Thank you so much, Dr. First and most importantly, awareness. Our people need to know that this is what is going on.
Absolutely.
And then through awareness, then also resources, books, materials that people can read. Those will really take us a long way to making sure that we sort this issue.
So awareness is a cross-cutting issue. I'm hearing that over and over.
Yes.
So the mental health awareness is much needed.
Yes.
There's a lot of cultural issues that mitigate or stop us from actually spreading the message. So we need to address those. Fantastic. So how can we help?
Dr. Rita, I had this saying years back, if you are as short as Bethuel, and you have a friend who is as tall as Pastor Michael,
I am tall.
Yes.
You need to kindly request him to stand on his shoulders so that you can see what you've not been able to see. We hope Toriweka could be slightly ahead of Boy Child Initiative. So where possible, the grounds you have covered, if there are chances of standing on your shoulders to get there, when you have like workshops, meetings of that kind, please do not hesitate to give us chance to come
and stand on our shoulders.
Yes. And we air out these nuggets to
absolutely.
people who need to hear such nuggets.
Absolutely. No, thank you so much. Bishop, as we conclude, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, Dr. Rita, I think my conclusion has already been said.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need the awareness. We need to use the strength of our relationship, partnership to do things. And as Bethuel has said, there are areas where you see Toriweka has gone a little bit ahead, especially now we are on media trying to communicate this in a more clear way. We need such media presence. We also need you to come to our communities, teach our people, speak to our pastors, and also run workshops, help us learn how to put together material to help small groups which are meeting men, women, youth. We need you to visit our children, help us talk to them in a more professional way. And we need to, in conclusion, merge the spiritual and physical, medical,
and the mental,
that we may together move this big mountain.
Absolutely.
God
So
bless.
we are body, mind, and spirit as humans. So we cannot do it one-sided.
Yes.
The medical professionals do their part. The spiritual leaders like yourselves do your part. But if we work together, we can actually lift up our communities and do much more. Thank you so much. I know that we have run out of time. We have so much to talk about.
Yes.
But we'll definitely come back.
Many times.
Thank you so much for having us.
God bless you.